was the champion the year before, the time before the World Championships were played. So it's going to be a really, really big battle of the Chinese once again. The women have dominated in Chinese badminton. They have dominated the world. In the last 14 times that the World Championship has been played, China have won it on 10 occasions, and they are guaranteed winning it today. The world's number one is just coming onto the court now. She is ZHANG Ning. And there the umpires facing each other. That is Philip James and Carol Fergal of Ireland. Here we see the defending champion, XIE XingFang. And I tell you, it is going to be a real cracker. They are both tall, very rangy. Look at the stride of this young player. I can tell you this, at the age of 31, ZHANG Ning, the crowd and the country's favourite. She's the far side of the net with the orange top. She is now on her left, as we see our overhead camera there. And XIE XingFang is facing us. There she is, the world's number one, ranked in the world, number one. There she is, 31 years old, Olympic gold medalist in Athens. She won the Malaysian Open, the Chinese Taipei Open. She was a winner in the German Open all this year. She was runner-up in the All England, but runner-up in the World Championship last year in Anaheim. Last year also she won the China Open and the Chinese Masters. So her opponent is the defending world champion, ranked number 3 this time round, but the age of 25, less experienced. But look at that statistic. She is the All England Open winner. And I can tell you that really hurt ZHANG Ning, because not only did she lose the World Championship, she lost one of the big encounters in the world, the All England. Let's have a look at our umpire then. It's Philip James of England, and he's assisted by Carol Fergal of Ireland. We'll be underway in just a couple of moments, but I'd like to introduce you once again this afternoon to Chinese-born, now residing in America and has played for America in many Olympic Games. Kevin Han, welcome, and give us an inside track on this particular match.
Well, those two players know each other inside out. They have been the two most dominant ladies singles players in the world, especially on those big occasions, World Championships, All England, China Open, Hong Kong Open. They play against each other, and sometimes ZHANG Ning wins it, and sometimes XIE XingFang wins it. Very difficult to tell today.
Okay, this is how they got here then. It was easy in round 2 for ZHANG Ning, and also pretty easy for round 3. Let's have a look at the next page. She got taken to 3 by England's Tracy Hallam, and that 22-20, but then picked her game up. She's a notoriously slow starter, and look at that, 21-10, 21-10 in the quarters. Overseer pushed her hard in the semis, but nowhere hard enough. Let's have a look at XingFang now. In the first round, she had no problem with Estonia's Tolmov. Then the Netherlands, Rachel van Kutsen, also Rasmussen of Denmark, she had no problems with. And in fact, she's not played a 3-gamer yet. This was pretty easy for Francis Pi Hyung-yan as well. 21-17, 21-10. Right, there we go. Now this is the interesting one. Anaheim last year, XIE XingFang beat ZHANG Ning. ZHANG Ning in Birmingham 2 years prior to that was the winner. So there is a lot at stake right here. Certainly personal pride will be right there to the fore. The last time in Seville as well. Look at that, all China except for one intervention of Denmark, but the Chinese have won this on 10 previous occasions, and now this is a big one. 9-8 I think in head-to-head competition. There we go, 9-8 in favor of ZHANG Ning. It's so tight, so difficult to call, but the informed player right at this moment I believe is ZHANG Ning. What says you, Kevin?
Well, ZHANG Ning is definitely, even though she's from a state from China called Liaoning. It's a northern part of China, close to Russia. People there are very strong. grow up, and that's why she is able to still going very strong at the age of 31. So age is not going to play a factor today in this game. Experience, however, well.
ZHANG Ning.
Well said. They've come to the court here. Tremendous experience all the way round. We're in for a real badminton treat. In fact, wow, that's extraordinary. XingFang has decided to change racket at this stage. So she's keeping her opponent, ZHANG Ning, waiting for a moment. There will be different tensions, I think, in that bag as well. Tensions on the court and tensions on the racket. So here she comes, back now, and she will just have a couple of hits of that new racket. And now for the service.
Play.
That rollover was so good at the net by ZHANG Ning to pick up the first point.
7-7. 1 love.
Oh yes, super close of the head of the racket there, and the right-hander plays a very good drop. 1-1. Inside out from Jingnan. We saw two lefties in the men's singles. Now we got two conventional right-handers. Different game?
Definitely different game, and we're talking about men's and women's game. But those two Chinese girls are very tall for women, and the Xie XingFang is standing at 178 centimeters, and the ZHANG Ning is 175 centimeters. Both can hit from a very steep angle, and they're very aggressive games by both players.
Oh yes. ZHANG Ning then shows her strength and appreciation of all parts of the court. Look at that, a great pickup, and then was on that one so fast. Delicate, absolutely delicate. Yes, it was. You made the motion there, and it was plucking it. Absolutely plucking the bird out of the sky. Beautiful shot. No. We don't want to see those flashes. I don't know where you saw, but there was certainly some photography flashing around that net. Not good. Very off-putting. Called wide.
4-3.
ZHANG Ning, a couple of errors, 5-3. And a third in a row out in that backhand court for the right-hander. Couldn't find the line, so maybe that drift is coming into play, Kevin.
The drift is definitely still in play. Lot of people, that's why you see for the first two finals, and then wherever the side want to toss, they always pick the side instead of serve, because they just wanted to count that drift into their play. So they wanted to start at the bad side instead of a good side. So they definitely wanted to play psychological effect on their opponent.
That was a lovely backhand drop. ZHANG Ning levels it at 6s. A lot of strapping on that right leg. In fact, I think I've seen more and more strapping throughout the tournament. It's a very punishing tournament. There's no doubt that you can't relax at all, and we'll see it again in a while, I'm sure. But ZHANG Ning has got her right leg heavily strapped. The dark bandage there, but there's also some flesh-coloured bandages as well. See if we can pick them up. Out of court. There, you can just see it.
7-4.
The injury business is really such a worry for these athletes, isn't it?
It is, because you know, you take a lot of beating on your knees, your ankles, sometimes your shoulder, your elbows. You know, it's and people don't realize how tough this game is. It's very physical demanding, and it requires a lot on your body.
Like that it's such an extraordinary shot on the backhand down at the net there. She moved. Watch this. How does she? Well, in fact, okay, we didn't quite see the depth of the shot, but it was beautiful. Called in, and that's an interesting leave there by ZHANG Ning. Doesn't normally. Oh, well in. Oh, what a great pickup. Super pickup by XingFang.
An advantage on her long hands and long reach.
It's a great rally, and that was, oh, it was just wide. They were very patient there, pushing it everywhere, and ZHANG Ning found herself having to turn inside out to get the backhand return, and she wins the point at 9-10. Oh, unlucky. That was really unlucky. In fact, XingFang there had absolutely that beautiful drop by ZHANG Ning covered, but just touched the top of the net, I think. Yeah. Couldn't quite control it, so it's all square at 10-all in this first game. Oh, yes. Not much to do about that one as they go to the half at 11-10 in favor of XingFang. Easy, wasn't it? There's not a great deal of aggression there. It was just beautifully placed, wonderful timing. Again, elegant play on both sides. We said that they slide into position. They don't rush. Let's just have a look at it at this halfway stage at 11-10, how the points Workout 4-2, ZHANG Ning, and smashes, but net winners are level. ZHANG Ning at the unforced errors, that's the problem she has, although she's only 1 point adrift at the moment. Consecutive points, XingFang.
11-10, play.
Oh, lovely cross. 11 all. When you play with your opponent so often in training, it's very difficult to put them off, but look at that. That was just amazing. It looked, for all the world, it was going to go down the line. She has a huge fan club, does ZHANG Ning, in China. Is that right, Kevin?
She does. You know, she survived several generations of players. When she was just starting as a junior and even to the national team, she wasn't the very top choice. And they had Ye Zhaoying, then Gong Zhichao, Gong Weina, all those players. But she survived several thunderstorms, and that's why she is the last one standing.
I love your analogy. Several thunderstorms. Well, she's creating a cloud of her own here. Look at this. It's a super cross. She's got to really dig in those. It's 12-14. She would be desperately wanting to get revenge and get her World Championship title back. She won it in 2003, lost it in 2005 to her present opponent. And that's another super shot. Is she on a roll? It is all about momentum. This is the one, down the line. Oh, precision. No, she missed that one. She had lots of options. Decided to go tight. It didn't happen for her. 15-13. Yeah, the long service there didn't work for her.
14-15.
Oh, it was called wide. Big point at 16-14. XingFang is really going pretty well at the minute. I don't know if you saw that. We are in a good position right at the court side, and we're down the center line right behind XingFang, but certainly that shuttle shaped up, moved right to left perceptibly on our screen. Oh, and a mistake there by XingFang. She could have taken a big advantage here. Instead, she's back to 15-16. Yeah, we've mentioned that drift time and time again, but it certainly was very evident there. I think because there's still people coming in, the doors are open. It's a huge stadium, this. The ceiling is at least twice the height of the lights above. There's enormous volume of air here, and it definitely has movement.
Absolutely. That you know, the wind. Every time we come into the big tournaments like World Championships and or England's and Olympic Games, there's always a drift that was called in. It was a great call. And so that's why players often have to deal with drift in the stadium, and whoever just the best is going to have the upper hand. Whoever don't deal with it very well, he's not going to fare very well in the World Championships and Olympic Games, because that's just one of the part of the game.
Oh, that is 19-16 to XIE XingFang.
16.
Facing the drift, facing the breeze that there is, she's really taking advantage of it. That big service, the long service was left, and that was out. So it is now a very important moment in this match. At 20-16, it's game point to the defending champion XIE XingFang. Out, and that is the first game to XIE XingFang. 21-16 is the score, and my goodness, that is quite a surprise. I expected ZHANG Ning to start out with a lot of confidence, but it's 9-8 in terms of head-to-heads, and that is quite evident there that Ting Nang is not entirely confident with her play. There you go, 21-16 in 16 minutes. And I can tell you that will be probably against the odds here. 8-2 to ZHANG Ning in terms of smash winners. Nets level. Now look at that, ZHANG Ning, and that is the big problem she has. 17-6. And I think that Chinese crowd in support there will probably be just a little bit surprised.
Well, absolutely. ZHANG Ning, definitely people perceive her as to be more experienced and more all around the player. And XIE XingFang should be the ones making more mistakes, but it's just vice versa. That just tells you how much pressure World Championships can put on the player.
I'm going to put a bit of pressure on you now, Kevin. You were in Anaheim for that tournament?
Yeah,
for the World's last time out. Can you remember, was it really close, and XingFang winning? Was it an easy win, or was it a very tight?
It was a tie in the beginning, then just like this last game, and XIE XingFang ran away in the end. So it wasn't a super tight game, but it wasn't super easy as well.
So second game, XIE XingFang, defending champion, in the lead. Continues with a 1-love advantage. She probably did the same in the All Englands, I think.
She probably did the same thing, and you can see some frustration in ZHANG Ning's face right now.
Oh, way out of court. She normally controls that shuttle so much better than that. That could be significant. She's dropped back by 2-love. And another mistake of the net this time.
3-love.
She's not on top of her game. It was good, and that is a very confident XingFang at the moment. 210k, it wasn't that fast, but look at that, so well in. No margin there, no need to really risk things. Well, I think ZHANG Ning was a little bit lucky there. She took her shuttle that I thought might have been marginally out. We have the advantage of being right behind the line there, but she picks up the point nevertheless, and it's 1-4. She moved very well to XingFang, doesn't she? She didn't appear to be ruffled by anything. Her body language is very controlled. best of the women's game now, isn't it? I mean, we're talking about wonderful testing rally. And out of court, well, the patience ultimately failed XingFang, so 2-4. Did you say they came from the same province?
No, they came from a different province.
Hubei, did you say?
ZHANG Ning came from Liaoning province of China. It's a very northern part of China.
Oh, right.
And XingFang is from Guangzhou, which is very near Hong Kong.
Right.
So it's very south.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's extreme north and extreme south.
Wow.
Two extreme.
But their styles are similar, and they've come through the same big training school. I guess they would be based in Beijing, would they?
Based in Beijing, yep. As a matter of fact, I just recently visited their national training center as part of the U.S. Olympic delegation. We're visiting China. We are getting ready to prepare our athletes for the 2008 Olympic Games. So we go to Beijing quite often, and right now and in the next 2 years also.
So with the serve, it's Xi XingFang, 6-3. It's all a bit quiet in this Palacio de Deportes in Madrid, but intent on witnessing a very high quality final. Well, again, we noticed that ZHANG Ning lifted that shuttle very high at the net, put a lot of pressure on herself. Eventually, conceded the point at 8-4. Oh, super badminton. Now, who has got the patience? This is a fantastic rally. One of the best, but ZHANG Ning misses it in the end, and Xi XingFang makes an absolutely vital contribution to that rally, ultimately winning it to 9-4. That was wonderful.
That was great. I mean, I see a difference in patience with Xi XingFang today. I mean, a lot of times I watch her play against ZHANG Ning before, and she will lose patience in shots like that rally. But she is definitely more mature now, and waiting for the right opportunity like this. But unfortunately, she didn't put away.
Frustration there. She was determined to put that one down the line. It didn't happen. I mean, look at that. Oh, I'm so annoyed with myself.
Well, here's the patience we're talking about. Sometimes you have to grind. Just keep grinding, like Tiger Woods says. You know, you just have to grind out sometimes.
They're taking an unscheduled break here after that very, very long rally. And the crowd getting back into it. And at 5-9 it will be ZHANG Ning in service. But she's a bit tentative at times. I'm really quite surprised. She did, in all the previous rounds she played, against Petra Overseer, against Tracy Hallam, Mutual of Malaysia, and Xing Ying, Singapore, she's been in total confidence and control. There's doubt in her mind here. But she does well there to leave it and go to 6-9. There's a lot of sweat and probably some in the eye as well. Just shows it's a cool environment here. There's a little bit of breeze around, but it just shows how hard these girls are working. Not struck that hard, but hard enough to lose the point at 10-6. Oof, tight. Can they take a little bit of a break after these championships, or are they still on?
I don't think so. There's a couple of big tournaments coming up. Japan opens in early October, and then China opens in mid-October, and then Danish opens right after that. So
they stay on the road.
I don't know when they can take time off.
It's really tough, but at the moment it looks like the defending champion ZHANG Ning has the upper hand. She's taken the first game. She's got the scruff of the neck of the second one at 11-7. Let's have a look at the story so far, halfway. Smash winners now with XingFang. Net winners still XingFang. Four stairs, well, XingFang, but very even. XingFang most consecutive points at 4, and that's the lead margin that she has, 11-7. There's not so much power, there's a lot more grace in this particular encounter than the women, but some equally talented girls on display here. Seen a few errors. They are very, very tentative about putting up these shots at the net. They know each other's strengths so well. Just out and now 12-8 from XingFang. 13-8, I beg your pardon now. Oh, it was good. What a beautiful shot there from ZHANG Ning. She has got to work so hard to drag herself back into this match, but that was just exquisite. 10-13. Out and well left at 11-13. Getting a bit more confidence back, trying a few more things. They have been pushed around this court, haven't they? They really are blowing quite hard.
XingFang just will be happy to get a point after point because she still has the 3-point lead, and she can trade points with ZHANG Ning.
Well, this is now a big moment. At 15-11, as you so rightly say, she only needs to trade them. XingFang, defending champion, world rank 3. Oof, that was a lovely deceitful shot there. Deceiving, shall I say, rather than deceitful. Deceiving shot for 12-15, and it's an important one. Well, she's got to try something a little bit unusual. The long rallies are definitely punishing physically. Look at the stretches there, that's out. It's a poor shot from ZHANG Ning, and at 16-12 now. This is quite
16-12.
a big moment for XingFang, and you can hear the chayos ringing out this around the stadium.
John, I have to say it will be a big moment for XingFang. Why? Because his boyfriend Lin Dan just won the World Championships in our
really?
last match.
XingFang is the girlfriend of Lin Dan.
Lin Dan, they've been going on for the last 2 years. The media is making a lot of stories about them both winning the World Championships. How sweet would that be? Oof. How sweet would that be if both winning the World Championship over here? And definitely that will give them a lot to write about it if you know, XingFang can pull through the last 5 points.
Oh, and that is on the line, and in at 17-13, and that is a brilliant moment. Well, I didn't realize that, and thank you. I'm so pleased that you're sitting next to me, because it's those kind of those inside information pieces about the Chinese camp that we'd never get in the normal.
Well, I hope the worldwide audience don't think I'm gossiping too much. Well, I'm not. You know, I'm just trying to give people a little bit of a story.
That's a great story. Boyfriend, girlfriend win world championships. How often does that happen?
And back to back with each other.
Unbelievable. 18-13, and it looks like defending champion XingFang is going all the way. So we may see Lin Dan coming out to offer congratulations as well. Who knows?
Possibly. Very possible.
Oh, it's too good. It's a beautiful drop, half court there from XingFang. She goes to 19-13 after having taken the first 21-16. And ZHANG Ning cannot do anything about it. She's working hard, getting around the court, floating as she normally does, but she can't get through. And that was out, and it's well left. A change of idea from XingFang, but she's still got the luxury of a 5-point lead. Second game. 14-19. And it's now match point, championship point to the defending champion, XingFang. And at 20 points to 14, she has to take this one, surely. Unbelievable. Here we go then, live match point. We've seen lots of these rallies throughout this match, and there's a big chance inside out and the drop, and it's the winner for XingFang. What a wonderful moment, not just for China, it's gold and silver once again, but look at that huge smile of the world rank 3. The defending champion comes through it. That doesn't happen very often, let me tell you, particularly when she's the underdog, when her opponent she knows so well, ZHANG Ning. It was 9-8 in terms of head-to-heads. It's now 9-all, but more importantly than that, She has 2 World Championships to her name. We just see the final point here into the net from ZHANG Ning there, coming up. Just 1 or 2 more shots of the overhead now, and there it, well, just about coming in. That's into the net, and there the world champion is XIE XingFang. And wow, what a performance there by the underdog. 21-16, 21-14 is the score. We are just now still seeing these replays of the final points coming up in a couple of moments. We will have the stats, but that was brilliant, Kevin.
That was brilliant. Magnificent performance by XIE XingFang, and she is well-deserved winner. She's prepared well and outclassed ZHANG Ning today.
Right, well, I'm sure in just a couple of moments we'll have a look at just the stats there. 21-16, 21-14. It was only 33 minutes altogether, so really a demolition class there by XIE XingFang. There's the story of the match then. Level on smash winners. Unforced errors was the big problem for ZHANG Ning at 26-15. That was the biggest problem. XIE XingFang came out with the rallies at 42-30. That was the total points. 21-16, 21-14.